Virgo, hi! Welcome to the part 2 of your reading. If you haven't seen part 1, you might want to watch that first, and you will find the link in the description box below. Also, a reminder that this is a collective reading, so it may or may not completely resonate for you. Please take what resonates and leave the rest for others. Also, roles can be reversed, can be vice versa. So, Virgo, let's continue with your reading. The guidance for you is awareness. Let's see what's this about. This is more about your person, right? This reading is more about your person. So we have the Emperor in the reverse, Queen of Swords. Is that the Emperor? Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, the Emperor, the Queen of Swords. I haven't used this deck in a while, so please bear with me. Well, we have the Hermit, could be a Virgo. Okay. So, awareness. The guidance for you is maybe for you to wait until your person, we have been talking about, spiritual ascension, right? So until they get that spiritual ascension, they become more aware. For some of you, more awake. For some of you, spiritually, right? So maybe your person is going to become aware that they are not doing themselves, treating themselves correctly. And of course, if they don't treat themselves correctly, how can they treat others correctly? For some of you. So you have your back turned from your person here. I kind of feel like, and this is also the guidance for you, right? To continue to be truthful to yourself, and not to wear rose-colored glasses. To continue to see this person for what they truly are. That this person is evolving, right? I feel like. So yeah, as we saw earlier, this person is going to continue to be unhappy and they are going to continue not to get what they want, and they are going to continue not to get what is meant for them unless they spiritually ascend, unless they listen to what the universe is telling them, or unless they honor their soul contract, unless they take the right action, they take control of themselves, of their awareness, unless they do something about what the universe, because there's a feeling here that your person is going to had been receiving downloads from the universe. So the knowledge is already there. It's just a matter of being aware of that knowledge, and not only that, but also to do the right action about that knowledge, something like that. So yeah, I kind of feel like you're going to continue to turn your back on your person here, unless they be the one to take an action towards you. For some of you, so they are going to be aware that by them not taking an action, maybe not even communicating with you, is making them unhappy. For some of you, So, so in the past, you had realized something. You had realized something, you saw something for some of you, or you found out something. Maybe for some of you, you had even said, communicated to this person, whatever it was that you had realized or found out. There was a communication, but, but maybe for some of you, this person, instead of them doing something about it, maybe they stopped talking to you. Maybe they even ghosted you. For some of you. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe maybe you cut this person off from your life, or I don't know, maybe you even cut communication from this person. But there's a feeling here that there was something that you said to this person. But as I said, instead of them doing the right action, maybe they just stop, talking to you instead. But believe it or not, it had sent this person on their journey towards this, this hermit journey, towards this spiritual evolution, right? So yeah. So your person, maybe, spiritually, they're very poor. For some of you, spiritually weak. For some of you, and until they regain the strength, the spiritual strength, we keep on seeing that until they gain that spiritual strength, and they do the right action, we keep on seeing that their unhappiness is going to continue, because they're going to continue not to get what they want until they listen, they become aware of the knowledge that they had received from the universe and do the right action about that knowledge. So, memories of love. Let's see what's this about for the outcome. But remember, the outcome will be depending on your action, on their action. Everyone has free will. If you don't like the outcome, then you can do something about it, because forewarned is forearmed, right? It's up to you how you are going to use all these energies to your advantage, right? So, wow, the Lovers. Yeah, Gemini. 5 of Pentacles. Justice. I thought it's the King of Swords, but it's Justice. Could be a Libra. And 5 of Cups. That's the unhappiness that we have been talking about, right? Now it came out. So, in the past, they went back to someone. Could be a water sign for some of you. But there was a disappointment. Remember, even if I'm speaking in the past, for some of you, it hasn't happened yet. So please be mindful of your own timeline, because these are more, future oriented. But the way it's presented to me, it's a done deal, like it had already happened. So yeah, just be mindful of your own timeline. So as I said in the past, maybe your person, they went back to someone. There was a reconciliation, but there's been a disappointment as well. Maybe they got disappointed for some of you because something didn't take root for some of you. So meaning that, you know, whatever result that they had in mind about that situation, it didn't, you know, produce the result that they wanted. So I don't know, it had left them emotionally, or maybe even financially poorer. Did I say that right? Poorer, more poor. I know I have difficulties pronouncing things, right? I feel like, or lonely for some of you, because maybe it was something that's very abundant, but in spite of that abundance, for some of you, you know, they feel lonely in that. For some of you, they feel lonely. They felt lonely. They felt cold in that situation. For some of you. Now, for others of you, maybe at that time, you know, they thought that it was going to be something abundant and also something happy, or that this abundance was going to make them happy. Could also be. But as I said, whatever the case may be, it didn't produce those results, right? It brought them sadness, maybe even more financial, you know, difficulty. So your person had, you know, it brought them unhappiness. This is the unhappiness that we were talking about, right? So now or in the near future, here it is again. They are going to continue to be unhappy, to be disappointed if they continue with that situation. Because there's a feeling here that your person, they feel so little for it. I'm not saying that they don't love that situation or that person. There is love there, but it is not, you know, there's a degrees. There are degrees of love, right? So, yeah, it wasn't enough to sustain that situation or that connection for some of you. So let's see. So maybe your person, they had a choice. They have this spiritual connection with someone. I feel like. So in the past, you know, as we saw earlier already, right? They went back with someone, and maybe they put this spiritual connection, you know, on standby or at a pause for some of you. So now or in the near future, or I don't know, that it could be the reason, maybe it had been a long time for some of you since this spiritual connection had been on standby or at a pause for some of you. Because, you know, your person, they continued to to build with this other situation or other person. Could be a water sign or an earth sign for some of you. So now or in the near future, as I said, your person is going to continue in that situation. But as I said, even though it may be something that is abundant, secured, and stable, your person had been feeling poor in that situation. So even though it is, let's say, it is a wealthy situation, they feel poor in that. Something like that. They feel lonely, alone. That, because, money doesn't buy everything. It doesn't buy happiness. Right? It may even be a family situation. No matter how big it might be, for some of you, as I said, they still feel alone and lonely in that situation. They will continue to do so, I feel like, until they realize that they are betraying themselves, that it is them hurting themselves, betraying themselves, and also betraying this spiritual connection for some of you. Because in the past, your person, they did something, or they did something, or they said something which they didn't maybe thought about, reflected about, or they didn't even maybe feel guilty about. Something like that they didn't, thought much, they didn't think much of, for some of you. Maybe they were cold, for some of you, towards this spiritual connection, and they thought that it was, that they were doing the right thing. For some of you, with the King of Swords here. But obviously, it wasn't the right thing, right? Maybe they even closed their heart towards this spiritual connection, and they thought it was the right thing to do, because maybe they thought that the wish fulfillment was going to be with this other situation, with this water sign or earth sign. But obviously, it wasn't. It was a wrong decision. Because, obviously, the path that the universe, this is what we have been talking about, right? What they have been resisting was this spiritual connection. The path that the universe, this soul contract that the universe wants them to fulfill. And, as I said, your person, until they do until they do the right thing for this spiritual connection, they're just going to continue in this unhappiness, because obviously they are unhappy with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, right? They are unhappy. They have been unhappy, and if they stay in that situation, they are just going to continue with being unhappy and being lonely. So, they are doing it to themselves, betraying themselves. So, that's why we cannot get mad with the universe, because in actuality, the universe doesn't punish us, we punish ourselves with the decisions and choices that we make. That's the price of having a free will, right? So anyway, if you have resonated with this reading, I would appreciate it if you would click the like button, and also to subscribe to my channel if you are new. And for my subscribers, thank you for being here, for hanging out with me. So see you next week, right? Bye.